Hello everyone, I am Dr. Riya Bora and today again I have decided to confront and share with you all with the updates of Kolkata case. As we have seen thousands in Kolkata protested on Sunday night praying that the next day would bring with it the much awaited verdict when the Supreme Court heard the R.G. Kar Medical College rape and murder case. The Reclaim the Night movement, marking a month since the case, saw participants with posters, banners, black balloons, street performances through the night. A bench comprising Chief Justice of India CJI D.Y. Chandrachud, Justice J.B. Pardiwala, and Justice Manoj Mishra during the second day of hearing on alleged sexual assault and murder of a postgraduate trainee doctor in Kolkata held yesterday at the Supreme Court at 10:30 am. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, appearing for the CBI, informed the court that they have a forensic examinations report where when the girl was found at 9:30, her jeans and undergarments were removed and lying nearby. She was semi-nude and injury marks on her body. As a person enters, the girl is found nude, and this is the result of the FSL report. Therefore, he urged that it is crucial to determine who collected the samples.
The person enters, the body parts are not covered, the lead girl is made nude, there are injury marks, and this is the result of FSL. Therefore, who took the samples becomes relevant.
The Chief Justice of India requested clarification on 2 points. He wanted clarifications on the specific time when the UD number 861 unnatural death was assigned and when was the T-search seizure was carried out.
First, what is the time at which GD 861 of 2024 comes into existence? That's the first. So we want to know, as a matter of fact, what is the time at which
The UD.
yes,
I'll settle.
UD 861 of
Yes,
2024 comes into
Responding to that, Sibal informs Supreme Court that the death certificate was given at 1:47 p.m. and entry of the unnatural death was done at 2:55 p.m. at the police station. Tushar Mehta countered Sibal, saying as per records, the unnatural death report was filed at 11:30 p.m. Chief Justice of India directs CBI to submit fresh status report on probe. The West Bengal government told the top court that as many as 23 people have died since doctors went on strike. Senior advocate Kapil Sibal, appearing for the West Bengal government, submitted a status report filed by the State Health Department before the bench. Supreme Court directed the protesting junior doctors to resume work by 5 p.m. today or face action. Supreme Court also promised if they return to work by 5 p.m. today, no adverse action be taken against them. At the same time, the court also directed the state to ensure safe working space to be created at the hospitals. Soon after Supreme Court's direction, IMA Bengal showed their displeasure, quoting, "We were expecting a positive outcome, however, we are totally disheartened by the proceedings of the court." IMA further tweeted, "No steps were taken for speedy trial to deliver justice."
शाम को 5 बजे के अंदर उन लोगों को जो ड्यूटी है वो ड्यूटी रिज्यूम करना पड़ेगा। मगर ये तस्वीर से साफ है कि डॉक्टर्स प्रोटेस्ट से हटने के लिए नाराज है, डॉक्टर्स प्रोटेस्ट खत्म करने पे नाराज है और डॉक्टर्स की तरफ से जो प्रोटेस्ट वो
Supreme Court on Monday asked the state of West Bengal to produce the challan which was sent along with the dead body for post-mortem. As the challan would have entries regarding the articles and materials sent along with the body for autopsy. The court passed the direction after an argument was raised before it by a party that the clothes of the victim doctor were not sealed and sent to the post-mortem team at the time of autopsy, on which Kapil Sibal submitted that the said document is not present along with the documents produced before the court today, neither given to the Central Bureau of Investigation. Therefore, the court directed the state to produce it on the next hearing session, saying if this document is missing, then something is not right.
Breaking news that's coming in. Now you've got a response from the Kolkata police to the BJP video claiming that the crime scene was compromised. The Kolkata police has maintained that no one was allowed inside the crime scene and that the crime scene was cordoned off immediately.
Regarding this, Advocate Fizor Edalji, petitioner Calcutta High Court, raised few points. He said the post-mortem was conducted after 6 p.m. which is contrary to the rules and procedures, and the seizure was effected from the crime scene before the FIR was registered at 11:30 p.m. which is not legally sustainable. The forensic team can only visit the place only after the registration of the FIR as per rule. This means that the investigation has been severely compromised. He also said that the vaginal swab was not preserved properly at 4 degrees Celsius and the clothes of the victim doctor were not sent along with the body for the post-mortem. SG Tushar Mehta also raised a grievance that the state has not provided nearby accommodation for the 3 companies of lady personnel of the CISF who are deployed to provide security cover for the RG Kar Medical College Hospital by court, and that they have to travel about 1.5 hours to reach the hospital.
There are 3 lady companies of CISF. They are not providing the accommodation to them. They have to travel from CISF camp, which is 1.5.
Thereafter, Supreme Court directs West Bengal government to provide accommodation and necessary security equipments to CISF deployed at RG Kar Medical College and Hospital.
We have come for some job here, assignment. Please let us do our job.
Now we come to know that there is at least 14 hours delay at registration of FIR. CCTV footage of the entire time before and after 4:30 in the morning needs to be submitted. At the end, the top court gave the Central Bureau of Investigation a week to collect more leads in the case and file another status report. That's all for today. Stay tuned with me and my channel for more updates. Thank you.